Benji Esteves. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA welterweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing gold trunks with black and white trim, and joining us from his home of Cincinnati, Ohio. He weighed in at 146 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight moving up in weight and challenging for a 3rd world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion and the current WBC Lightweight Champion of the world, introducing the undefeated Adrien the Problem Broner. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks, hailing from and proudly representing his home of Brooklyn, New York. His weight 146 1/2 pounds. His record 32 wins, 4 losses, with 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight making the 2nd defense of his present title, here is the 2-time world champion and the current defending WBA welterweight champion of the world, introducing the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Once again, our referee in charge now to give instructions for this world title bout, Benji Esteves.
Hold on, Jimmy.
It's stuck. Pete, come on, get that shit off. Hold it over the top. There we go.
It's not much I can do. I think it's the weight of the people. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Malvina, what do we do about the ring? This can't. That's what I'm telling him. There's not much we can do. There's not much we can do, guy. I can't do anything about it.
Be careful, Paulie. It's fucked up right here.
I can't do anything about it. They can't do anything.
I know, that's from the heavyweight.
Okay, Paulie, Adrien, you receive your pre-bout instructions. I want a professional fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch him up, may the best man win.
Here are the results of our hashtag battle at Show Sports on Twitter. 77% of our viewers think Adrien Broner will become a 3-division champion here tonight, while 23% feel the hometown hero Paulie Malignaggi will maintain his hold on the gold.
Very important point. We hope it doesn't play a role in the fight. But in the center of the ring, it's like a ridge going through the ring.
We've talked about it throughout the night, and you're right. Referee Benji Esteves asking Melvina Latham in New York what they can do about it right now. They can't do much. The fight's got to happen.
So you hope that doesn't impact. Paulie Malignaggi, we should say, coming in off the 2nd longest layoff of his career. It's something we haven't talked about. 7.5 months. Will these early rounds be sharp for him or not? He's starting out throwing jabs, as is his wont.
And a crowd already chanting Paulie Malignaggi in the white, Broner in the gold with black. And while Malignaggi may not be known for his punching power, we know that knowledge is also power, and it's his fight IQ that may give him his best shot at victory tonight. For Broner, definitely a superstar in the making. An aggressive style, plenty of power. And we'll see if that power comes with him up 2 weight classes.
We have seen already in this first round, I think we're getting an inkling of what Paulie Malignaggi's plan is. He's feinting all the time. He's moving around the ring, and he's staying busy. That seems to be what he hopes to do to give Adrien Broner issues.
Yeah, that would be smart for him early.
Yeah.
But if you see on the left side of Paulie's face, even in the first round, Broner hit him with a sharp right-hand counter. And Broner's going to be looking to do that all through the fight.
Yes, of course. And that's Broner's big weapon, to get that punch in.
Broner, in his past performances, getting off to a rather, not necessarily slow start, but takes the first few rounds to see what his opponent can give him. And you see right now, nodding his head, saying, that's fine, keep giving me what you got. And Malignaggi attacking the body and going upstairs, wanting to mark his territory early.
The irony is this might be too quick a start, as Bernard is suggesting, for Paulie Malignaggi. Broner usually doesn't do well in the first round or two, but then comes on after he's seen what his opponents can do.
What we saw in his last fight against Gavin Reese, Reese took the first 3 rounds, but then was stopped in round 5 as he tasted the power of the problem.
Broner's using his body for offense because he wants Paulie to either lunge, reach, where he can counter with those short shots underneath. That's why he's walking to him with his shoulders up, shoulders out, trying to catch punches on his body and then counter.
Malignaggi made his pro debut here in his hometown of Brooklyn, and now Estevez warning Broner for punching on the break. Malignaggi coming off a contentious decision victory over Pablo Cesar Cano here in Brooklyn at the first boxing event at the Barclays Center last October. But tonight, the headline attraction in a much anticipated battle. Less than 10 seconds remaining in the opening round. Broner utilizing that Philly shell made famous by the likes of James Toney and Kenny Norton as we go to round 2.
Let's take a look at our keys to victory for Paulie Malignaggi. I say get in the head of Broner. It means make something happen that makes him uncomfortable in the ring. Don't stay in the pocket. He's got to move. He tried to do that in the first round, but was still hit with some counter punches. And the right hand, which he has not been able to land yet, a counter right if Broner makes a mistake. Now, for Broner, I say showboat at your own risk. When he showboats, he's less effective. He didn't do that in round 1 too much. And go downstairs, he's a terrific body puncher, one of the best in the sport. And the right hand is a great weapon for him, although in round 1, the left hook was his big power punch.
As we begin round 2, Malignaggi off to a quick start in round 1. Using his trademark jab, throwing 4 times as many as his challenger, Adrien Broner, as round 2 begins. And again, Malignaggi quick to attack the body, counter jab by Broner.
Paulie Malignaggi throws 46 jabs around and averages landing more than any other fighter in boxing.
Good counter right by Broner. There's the jab by Malignaggi.
Well, while Paulie keeps his left hands down, he's always vulnerable for a counter right hand because he has to bring it up, and sometimes it ain't too late.
Overhand right by Malignaggi. Broner has him along the ropes as we take a look at the show stats, the running total of punches, Al.
But you can see how much busier Paulie Malignaggi is than Adrien Broner, and that's probably going to be true for most of this fight, until or unless Adrien Broner hurts Paulie Malignaggi, and that's a big factor here.
Malignaggi flashing the jab. Broner looks for the lead left hook that catches nothing but air. Quick exchange as they both bounce out of the exit just past the minute mark of the second round. Malignaggi attacking the body. Broner walking him down, flashes the jab. Malignaggi with the jab to the body, then a 1-2 combination. There's a nice straight right hand that tags Malignaggi.
And then Malignaggi got in a right hand to Broner. He's not been able to land that punch very well so far in this fight.
Much quicker start by Malignaggi than we saw against Cano. We talked about the fight with Cano. He felt he overtrained. He ended up breaking his thumb in that fight, focusing more on conditioning than strength for this fight as they continue to throw leather. Malignaggi attacking the body while Broner able to pick him off upstairs with a straight right.
Anybody expecting a fight that wasn't interesting, they're in the wrong spot. This is a fascinating fight already so far.
Very entertaining start. Three-punch combination culminating with a left hook to the body by Malignaggi.
And they're talking to each other constantly.
Surprise, surprise!
Shocking, huh?
Broner will win that battle because I believe that Paulie's going to get really emotional and try to trade punches with Broner, and that's going to be his downfall. I think if he continues to do that, it's going to be bad for him.
But he is showing a lot of movement, Malignaggi.
Well, he had to.
Yeah, and he's getting hit with some shots, but he is much busier than Broner and has moved a lot.
Left hook to the body again. Broner misses with the counter left uppercut, but sticks the straight right hand as they clinch with under 30 seconds left in the second round. Straight right hand by Broner.
Clearly the issue in this fight is Malignaggi's not a big puncher, so the problem is at one point will that lack of power be an issue for him? Can he box this whole 12 rounds without getting hurt by Broner, without having to hurt him?
And Broner kneeing him, and then an uppercut being admonished by referee Benji Estevez. So things getting very interesting early here in Brooklyn.
Adrien Broner wants desperately to get the right hand in. The left is low by Paulie, and he throws it very well as a lead right hand. Paulie, you see, did get the right hand in. Malignaggi has thrown many more punches and many combinations. Now, not everything landing, and you see him tossing the jab out there. Broner suggesting nothing happened. But Paulie's been so much busier than Adrien. And toward the end of the round, we see this issue as Broner doesn't like to be held by Malignaggi, and so he kind of pulled his knee up and gave Malignaggi a knee to the body, which is not your average foul, is it? You don't expect to see that.
Well, that's clearly a foul. I mean,
I would say.
The bell and round number 3.
You've been involved in a few fights. You probably know what a foul is and isn't.
I'm an expert in knowing what fouls are.
Yes, exactly.
Malignaggi opening the attack again to the body. High guard by Broner, peekaboo. There's a nice left hook by Broner, backing up Malignaggi and actually bull rushing him into the ropes. Again sticks the jab, misses with the right hand.
Broner's made a real concerted effort. You can feel like, and this often happens in his fights, about round 3 or 4, he comes out with intentions to land big punches. And he's right on schedule.
And also, you know, Paulie's can't hurt him. I mean, Paulie throw a lot of punches. Yeah. Paulie always been that way. And Broner doesn't respect his power.
Right. That's
Malignaggi is landing the left hook to the body despite maybe not having as much pop as Broner does. It is scoring blows.
The bottom line of this fight is, it's a question of whether Paulie can do this for 12 rounds and not get hurt by Broner. If he can, he can win this fight. If he can't, he's going to lose.
1 minute gone in the third round. A terrific start to this battle. Malignaggi continues to work the body. Broner looking to use the shoulder roll. Has the high guard. Right uppercut by Broner. Missing with the right uppercut. We've reached the midway point of the third round.
You know, this round is the quintessential Broner-Malignaggi round. Malignaggi's thrown 37 punches, but only landed 7. Broner's thrown 11, but landed 6, according to show stats. So you can see the conundrum in a way for judges in this situation.
Malignaggi misses with the right cross. Left hook tags him on the chin. There's another left hook followed by the right cross by Broner. Under a minute remaining in the third stanza, and he continues to land the left hook to the side of Malignaggi's head.
Paulie seems to stand straight up after he throws a combination, and Broner counters with the a straight right hand or a left hook.
And the other question will be whether the judges give Malignaggi credit for those body punches. He's not a monstrous big puncher, but they are landing to the body.
And he just landed 2 more, the right hand and the left, right to the breadbasket. Broner continues to walk him down. Broner saying, "You can't hit me." Another left hook to the body by Malignaggi. That combination blocked by Broner, who continues to reiterate, you can't hit me. Double left hook by the challenger. Left hook to the body and a left hook upstairs by Broner. Malignaggi lands a straight right at the end of the round. Let's go to Brian Kenny with a very interested spectator.
All right, we're here with Zab Judah, former welterweight champion of the world. Zab, what does Paulie have to do to stay in this fight and win rounds?
To me, Paulie got to do one thing that I did on Floyd. You got to start to the body and start with the jab and work your way up. You know, Broner's starting to close the distance and letting the combinations go, and he's not looking too good.
You were saying to me during that round that you can't let Broner walk to you. What do you mean by that?
You can't let Broner dictate the pace and walk to you and counterpunch you, because if you let him do that, fight's over. It's gonna be a short night.
How do you see it going the rest of the way?
So far, I think it's a 2-1.
2-1 could be 3-zip. I don't know.
It could be.
Broner's got to land.
Broner's got to throw more punches. He's too much defense right now.
Okay.
He got to let his hands go.
A man who won early rounds against Floyd Mayweather. Let's go back ringside. Zab, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brian and Zab. Paulie Malignaggi, WBA welterweight champion, making the second defense of his championship against Adrien Broner, 23-year-old challenger, looking to win his third championship in 3 different weight classes.
We saw a moment there where Malignaggi varied his movement, and that's going to be a key for him, whether he can move left, move right. Because Broner's starting to land some very good power punches. There was a discernible change in round number 3.
Malignaggi attacking the body with the jab. Flicks one upstairs. 3-punch. Now putting together the combinations and landing on Broner. But Broner defending as well.
For the first time, Malignaggi was able to finish a combination with a right to the head. He hasn't been able to do that so far.
Now Malignaggi along the ropes. Broner coming to him, attacking the body, now in the clinch.
When Paulie throws combinations and step to the left or right or keep moving, not stand straight still, he does well.
Adrien Broner, one of many great Cincinnati champions. Aaron Pryor, of course, the Hawk. Tim
one of his first coaches.
Charles, yeah. So it's a great tradition in that city of great boxers, and Broner hopes to be one of them.
Let's not forget about 3-time Olympian, a man who he really has looked up to from day one, Rasheed Warren, the 3-time U.S. Olympian who picked up a win earlier tonight on Show Extreme, known as Nuke. And of course, Broner has nuclear power in both hands, and Malignaggi, though, taking the fight to him.
You know, even though Paulie Malignaggi has a slight height and reach advantage, Broner fights taller than him, and that's why Paulie Malignaggi is having a hard time getting to the head of Broner. He's only able to land body shots for the most part. Broner is so economical with punches. Now, he normally lands 53% of his power shots, so he can be economical, but he's only thrown 15 punches in this round to 50 by Malignaggi.
Bernard, Paulie wants to stay away from the ropes, does he not?
Yes, absolutely. He wants to stay away from the ropes, keep Broner in the center of the ring. But he must do that by throwing combinations and stepping to the left or right. He cannot be in a line of fire after he throws a punch.
Yeah, that's very, very good point. This is another round, though, in which Malignaggi has tripled the number of punches thrown and landed twice as many. Broner's giving him this round.
Upstairs, under 30 seconds remaining in the round. Broner walking him down, attacking the body as Paulie ducks down. And again, along the ropes, Broner attacking the body. The left uppercut catches the jaw. At no time does Broner appear to be in any trouble and just continues to walk through a lot of the punches, but the volume punching by Malignaggi continues.
You have to assume it's winning in most of these rounds. So far, anyway.
Great start through 4 rounds here at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Big crowd on hand for this triple header, culminating with this championship bout.
Adrien Broner wants to land a powerful right, was able to do that in the last round. The lead right is just so effective for him. He gets it in so much quicker than most fighters. That's one of his big weapons. We talked about the Malignaggi jab. He uses it so much during a fight. That, a perfect example of it. And he felt that was going to be an issue for Broner, and he's been touching him so much with the jab to the chest, to the body, to the head, that he may have disrupted the rhythm of Broner a little bit. Eric Brown, the trainer in that corner.
Don't get caught on the ropes, all right? When you get on the ropes, you do something, get back in the middle of the ring, all right? Let's do this, son. This is your fight. This is your fight, son. This is yours, all right?
Eric Brown, of course, from the vaunted Wildcard Gym in Hollywood, California. Legendary trainer Freddie Roach and Adrien Broner, trained by Mike Stafford, who was a standout trainer of amateur fighters and obviously very impressed thus far with the beginning of Adrien Broner's career. He's been there since the beginning.
Paulie was told in his corner, no ropes. Don't be on the ropes at all.
There you go.
I think the movement of Malignaggi and the constant activity has dulled Broner's offensive attack. And I felt that that was the possibility for Malignaggi coming into this fight at his best.
And so far, Bernard, I don't know if, we talked about, you said that Paulie had to make it ugly. It doesn't look that ugly so far.
First of all, it's not ugly, but Paulie is doing what I suggest he should do. Jab, move, throw combinations, and stay on the move. Stay on the move and throw more punches where Broner has to set him up with 1 or 2 shots. And look, 5 is always better than 2 shots.
And Broner with that counter right connects. Unofficial scores from our Showtime crew through 4 rounds.
Let's see what we think. I have got Malignaggi ahead, as does Steve Farwood, and Bernard, you have it even. Steve, why is Malignaggi ahead on your scorecard?
Al, he's pecking and poking, but he's landing.
Yep,
even if he's not landing hard, and Broner just doesn't have the work rate. Broner's so much the harder puncher, but the shots are very few and far between.
A minute and a half left in the 5th frame. Malignaggi backed up to the ropes, left hook there by Broner, who now squares up. Peekaboo, there's the left hand. Malignaggi needs to fight out of the corner.
You know, even when Malignaggi's on the ropes and in the corner, it's not like he's getting peppered by Broner. So this is it's very, very close.
There's a straight, the jab that pops Malignaggi's head back, and Broner now getting busier. Right uppercut just misses. Jab, and Broner now getting Paulie Malignaggi cornered. Right cross connects.
Paulie stopped punching. Paulie stopped punching. And when he stopped punching, Broner seen the opportunity and he took it. But Broner's only throwing like outside 1 or 2 punches and hitting
not anymore. Malignaggi going back to work, and Broner saying, is that all you've got?
But when Malignaggi punches, it stops the offense of Broner, and this has often been the case. Even fighters, oh my.
Wow.
Now that was a foul.
Man.
Wow.
He's known him for his showmanship. Now Malignaggi almost wanting to throw a Superman jab.
Yeah, exactly. I know what a Superman punch is.
20 seconds
getting
left.
Chippy,
yes,
to say the least.
This one, Paulie's in danger when he's on the ropes.
Left hook connects by Broner. Fantastic 5 rounds thus far here in Brooklyn as we go to the 6th.
Okay. All right. I see what you're looking for, okay? All right? As soon as he put his head, okay, you gotta go underneath and go to the body.
Here is some weird action in the last round. Looking back is beneficial because I'm not sure what happened here. A side headlock, and I don't know what that was. And then Broner trying to land
the 360 uppercut.
Yeah, boy, they don't even have that in MMA, do they, Mark?
I don't think so.
Here's later in the round. This was a key moment when Broner, I think, landed some punches of significance toward the end of the last round against Malignaggi. And we'll see if that has a carryover effect. I thought it won Broner the round.
Floyd Money Mayweather in attendance, taking in the action. Tickets on sale Tuesday for a big event coming up, September 14th, a showdown with Canelo Alvarez.
No fighter could be an indication indication of difference in styles. Malignaggi's only knocked out 7 of his opponents. Broner has knocked out 6 of his last 7 and 16 of his last 17. So clearly it's a clash of power versus boxing. And we've seen that tonight. Good right hand by Broner, but it didn't stun or stop Malignaggi.
We just saw Mayweather and Bernard, your legendary trainer, brother Nazim Richardson, said about the comparisons between Broner and Mayweather. Mayweather is the defensive-minded fighter with an exceptional offense. Broner is an offensive-minded fighter with a great defense.
Absolutely. I mean, Broner, to me, is not the same as Floyd Mayweather. Broner has his own style. He used some things that I've seen Mayweather have done. But, you know, they both, to me, have 2 different styles.
Yeah, very different. And Broner is a more stationary fighter who is certainly more hittable than Floyd Mayweather, but just about everybody is.
Rolled a slip as we take a look at the show stats. Total punches in the fight. Big edge for Malignaggi.
As you would expect, and you can see that, you know, he's going to punch more. With Broner landing at a pretty high percentage of 43%, that's also what you expect.
Crisp counter right by Broner. Misses with that right cross. Broner has Malignaggi on the ropes again, attacking the body with the left. Now the right hand to the body, and Malignaggi backing up.
That's the first great body work we've seen from Broner, and those were excellent punches.
Malignaggi attacking the body again and then clinching.
The problem you have to surmise is Ken Malignaggi, who's starting to wear down a little bit with these body shots and power shots. Can he sustain this over 12 rounds?
Final minute of the 6th.
And he's not able to get into the head of Broner. And if you're not a big puncher, those body punches don't have as much of an impact.
That right and left may have rocked Malignaggi. But we say not being able to get into the head of Broner. Doesn't look like Broner's really gotten into Malignaggi's head either. Are you surprised at all as the way this fight has unfolded, Bernard?
Well, I'm not surprised because Paulie is wearing down and Broner's hitting with clean, hard shots now. And you see the effects in Paulie's face and his body language.
Broner stalking Malignaggi. Coming forward. There's another straight double right hand that lands, and Malignaggi takes it, sticks his tongue out for good measure, but again in danger zone along the ropes.
Well, we talked about the right hand of Broner. It's the equalizer, and it's been landing now.
Malignaggi comes back with a triple combination, walks right into that straight right from Broner, who again chops away at his body with 5 seconds left. In the 6th round, we are halfway through this WBA welterweight title tilt.
You see it, don't you? Huh? You see it? How you? Yeah, you're looking good, man. You're looking good. Put him in the sponge. Cool him off. 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 Look at it. Okay, look. Breathe. Come on. Okay, listen. Keep put the pressure on him, okay?
This is where Broner was able to go downstairs. He hadn't done a lot of major body work before this, but those were 3 really powerful body shots when he got Malignaggi again in the corner. And again, for Malignaggi, the issue is being against the ropes or in the corner, and that's where Broner's able to do his best work. And Broner probably had his best round in the last round and certainly won that round.
We talk about Malignaggi training at the Wild Card Gym in Los Angeles. Broner training at the Old School Boxing Gym in Fort Carson, Colorado at high altitude. As the 7th round begins, halfway point of this 12-round championship clash.
Broner with his hands higher than we're used to seeing, and not with the shoulder turned. A different stance for him coming out of this round.
Peekaboo defense.
I think one of the reasons he's doing that is because now he get a chance to not roll and try to wait the counter and get a chance to be the lead now. He get a chance to throw the punches first.
Absolutely. We have it pretty tight at this juncture, and Bernard with Broner edging ahead, and Steve and I have it even, but clearly the momentum in this fight swinging to Adrien Broner.
Broner with the counter right hand, coming forward, left hand across his torso, and just Malignaggi trying to keep him at bay with those jabs, but Broner walking right through them and wearing him down to the body, attacking the back, and there's a short right hand to the jaw Left hand upstairs. Right uppercut just shaves his chin.
The toughness of Malignaggi can never be questioned. We talked about
Plenty of heart.
Yeah, he fought the Cotto fight with that orbital bone broken. He's been tough in there with Hatton and the other fighters.
And those fights against Hatton and Khan ended with him still on his feet. They were taking, you know, he had to be saved from himself, Bernard.
So it won't be easy for Broner to try and hurt him or knock him down, but clearly Broner is having his way right now. And for the first time now, only an 8 punch edge so far in punches thrown in this round. For the first time, Broner's throwing almost as many punches in the round as Malignaggi.
Malignaggi takes that right cross, and Bernard looks like Broner is a full-fledged welterweight in there with Malignaggi, one of the smaller 147ers in the sport, right?
This where you see the weight difference now between moving up 2 weight classes and coming down. This is where you see the sides. Broner looks strong. He's coming forward. Paulie's not a big puncher. He doesn't respect Paulie punch. And this is where the fight changes out.
And Broner putting together a combination. Answered in kind by Malignaggi, but Broner able to just absorb those shots. And now back to the shoulder roll. Malignaggi bouncing up and down on his feet. Gets stabbed with the jab.
Every once in a while, Malignaggi will throw a perfect jab and land it.
Nice right uppercut by Broner on the inside.
But clearly, Broner winning this round in a huge fashion.
Winding up with the right hand of the body was Malignaggi. Broner now in a southpaw stance.
Give me some water. I got you. Give me some water. All right.
The power punching of Adrien Broner taking control in this fight. Malignaggi pawing with the jab, but would get hit with a beautiful right uppercut on the inside. Broner's a terrific counterpuncher, and if you press him, as Malignaggi is now doing, you're going to pay the price for it. And later on in the round, again, the right hand, always the lead right hand. Broner does not set that punch up much with jabs. He doesn't need to, apparently, because he's able to get that punch in so well as a lead punch.
No, shorten him up, okay? We're going to get him. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, champ. Let's go.
Get that inside.
You ready?
We begin round 8. Malignaggi, the defending WBA welterweight champion, trying to win the rounds with the great number of those pity-pat punches. Meanwhile, the challenger Broner measuring the magic man and landing the far bigger shots.
Well, and Broner has a 69-32 edge in power shots in the last 3 rounds. And clearly his power punches have been, powerful. And a big issue in this fight is that Malignaggi hasn't found a way to hit Broner in the head with that right hand. He's been landing to the body, but not to the head.
Those jabs bounce off the arm and the gloves of Broner, doing a good job of blocking that attack by Malignaggi. Lands the left hand to the head. And Broner continues to hunt Malignaggi down, Bernard.
Yeah, he's definitely stalking him down. He has no respect for Paulie's power. And, you know, Paulie has to be in tremendous condition because both of these guys were throwing punches per round like I never seen before.
Malignaggi's been down twice in his career. Broner has yet to hit the deck. And Malignaggi again finds himself along the ropes where he gets tagged. Now he leads with the left hook, blocked by Broner.
You know, it's interesting. Broner's only been past 7 rounds twice in his career. Malignaggi, of course, very experienced, has been this distance and beyond many, many times in his career. But how much will the punishment early have an impact on how well Malignaggi does in these final rounds?
Broner trying to join the likes of Roberto Duran and Roy Jones Jr. and Robert Guerrero as the only fighters to win titles in their first fight after jumping over a weight class. Minute left in the 8th.
You know, this round, while Malignaggi is probably losing it, he's done a bit better than in a couple of recent rounds.
Well, he thrown more punches than he threw in a couple of rounds back because he's got to punch. He got to punch.
Broner doing a good job, though, of blocking a lot of those punches. They deflect off the arm and the gloves. He hunts him down with the right hand again, chops away at the body. Referee Benji Estevez warning him about those rabbit punches, those kidney shots. Jab, triple, and the right uppercut. Another straight right hand backs Malignaggi up. 15 seconds left in the 8th round. It's Broner now along the ropes. Malignaggi using the jab. And Broner escapes. And now on the attack, using the fancy footwork. But Malignaggi now trying to harness him. And that's the end of the round as we go up to BK and Zab Judah.
Back with Brooklyn's own Zab Judah, former welterweight champion. What do you think right now, Zab?
That was a good round for Broner. You know, he's picking up now, and I think because Paulie's throwing one punch at a time, so Broner is countering him very nicely.
So you come back, you got to double up on things and hold jabs out.
But at times, Paulie is putting together good combinations to stay busy in his fight.
I know he is touching him. Zab, you're up here saying you got to keep touching him. You never know what the judges might be looking at, right?
You never know. You never know what these guys are watching. And Adrien Broner is putting together some great combinations right now.
All right, Zab Judah, former welterweight champ. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Brian, and Zab Judah as we go into the corner of Adrien Broner.
You ready? Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, come on. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. Let's go, son. This is your fight. Let's take this.
Round 9 begins. Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's own Paulie Malignaggi defending the WBA welterweight championship against Adrien the Problem Broner, looking to become a 3-division champion at the age of 23 years and 11 months. It won't be a record, though, should he defeat Malignaggi. Wilfred Benitez accomplished the Triple Crown at 22 years and 8 months.
Say what you want about Paulie Malignaggi. Broner started to talk to somebody in the crowd, and Malignaggi started his own conversation.
The showmanship, the histrionics continue. They took trash talking to a whole new level, not necessarily a high one.
Oh, that was Floyd Mayweather, I believe, that they were both having a running conversation. But of course, Broner sees Floyd Mayweather as his role model and somebody he's patterned a lot of his boxing after.
1 minute gone in the 9th round. Malignaggi attacking the body with left and right hands. Broner continues the conversation, leans in, avoids the right cross. Maybe we should just mic them up and take the rest of the night off, guys.
It would be entertaining, that's for sure.
I know one thing, since they noticed Floyd Mayweather was over there, they both trying to at least show that they deserving to have him after this fight, but somebody has to win.
Oh, and Malignaggi's head gets popped back with that straight right hand. The Brooklyn champion with plenty of heart, but Broner continues to walk him down into the corner. Raising left hook, the right hand connects. Malignaggi leans into him, attacking the body, goes upstairs with a right hand, and another right cross. But there isn't a lot of pop to those punches. That was a stiff jab by Malignaggi. Broner now measuring him up, touching him with the right. Range-finding jabs, straight right. Final minute left in the round.
Broner's landing his best right hands, and they are honestly having, I mean, of course they're scoring and they're winning him the round. Interesting, he's not come close to putting Malignaggi down, which is fascinating.
And I'm surprised because Paulie's taking these right hands pretty well. I mean, he's taking these right hands pretty good.
There's a right uppercut that jacked the jaw of Malignaggi, another right hand, but Malignaggi comes forward, has Broner on the ropes, lands the right. Broner using the jab, backing Malignaggi up.
That last one may have hurt Malignaggi. Finally, took 4 huge right hands.
Left hook to the body and the right hand across the cheekbone. Malignaggi trying to remain active, but all the power belongs to the Problem.
But
left hook by Malignaggi.
But Paulie is throwing volumes of punches, and Broner is throwing hard punches. How do you score this fight?
Well, there's a couple of scoring right hands, Bernard. And there's another right hand by Broner, and Malignaggi now putting on a bit of a show after tasting that shot. Let's go to Jim Gray, who's standing by. with the pound-for-pound king.
Floyd, great to see you here. During that round, both Paulie and Adrien trying to get your attention and talking to you and want your approval. What were they saying?
I don't know what, Paulie or Adrien was saying, but both are very, very good fighters. I'm happy to be here and just enjoying boxing tonight.
What's it like for you to have a guy like Adrien? You're his role model, and he has patterned basically his entire boxing life after you.
Adrien Broner is truly amazing. He's the future of boxing. And Paulie is a true champion. Paulie has, he's done the unthinkable. A lot of people didn't think he could become world champion. He's two-time world champion at 140 and 147, and I'm proud of Paulie. And of course, Adrien Broner is my little brother. And like I said before, both of these guys are great.
How do you see the fight so far? Is it like watching a part of yourself?
A young Floyd Mayweather. What else can I say? A great fight tonight.
The Canelo Tour starts on Monday. Press conferences. We're looking forward to Canelo. How about you? You in your training yet?
I can't wait. I haven't started training yet, but he's a young, strong champion. It's going to be a good fight, September 14th.
And your hand okay?
My hand's doing great now.
Floyd, great to see you. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Jim.
Mo, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Floyd Mayweather, of course, the big showdown, one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory against Canelo Alvarez, all coming to you September 14th from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Right now, you are watching action from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Paulie Malignaggi defending the WBA welterweight title against Adrien Broner in what has been a terrific tilt.
Mentioned that Broner has only been 10 rounds once in his career, never been past this point. But obviously, he's the fresher fighter now because Malignaggi is taking so much punishment.
But Malignaggi continues to throw punches and bunches.
He has been very active, and even in the last round, Malignaggi threw a lot of punches. But Broner was landing so much harder punches.
Malignaggi, though, taking the fight to Broner in the center of the ring here in round 10.
Yeah, if Adrien Broner thought he was going to come in here and steamroll Malignaggi and knock him out and just dominate him, while he may have won many of these rounds, and I suspect he has, he was not going to intimidate Malignaggi or easily put him down. He hasn't put him down yet.
And the crowd vociferously chanting Paulie. Partisan crowd in support of the Brooklyn zone.
And Paulie is home. I mean, some of these rounds could be close to some of these judges.
I agree.
He's home. He's fighting with courage. He's fighting with heart. And he's, some of these rounds, he's making it close.
I agree. There are some close rounds that could have gone either way.
Jab by Malignaggi. Broner back to the Philly shell. Walks Malignaggi down along the ropes. Throwing out the jab. There's a short right hand against Malignaggi's ear. Malignaggi working the body with the 1-2.
This is a very close round. This one is a perfect example of what Bernard's talking about. Malignaggi's thrown 10 more punches than Broner at this point, and landed a couple more according to show stats. And the Malignaggi jab has become very effective.
Under a minute left in the 10th round as they come to close quarters using their bodies. And there's a counter right by Broner. Malignaggi with the jab to the sternum. Broner left hook downstairs. There's a left that you can hear. But Malignaggi fighting valiantly off the ropes.
He's landing some very nice shots. And, Adrien Broner has a habit of standing straight up. A taller fighter hits him to the right hand, with the right hand to the head more than Malignaggi.
And Malignaggi just tattooing Broner on the ropes. And again, maybe not the most powerful shots, Bernard, but they are scoring.
They build points and they win rounds.
5 seconds left in the 10th. Broner looking to land one more big shot and does with the left hook.
I got you. All right, deep breath. Deep breath. Come on, take a deep one in your nose. Let's go.
In a round in which Paulie Malignaggi did better than in recent rounds, the jab was an important weapon for him. Landing it, and there you see him doubling on it and then trying to get that right hand in. It was a much better round for Malignaggi. That isn't to suggest that Broner didn't have his moments. He was pushing Malignaggi against the ropes, but then Malignaggi would counterpunch off those ropes. Those aren't monstrous punches, but a couple of them getting in. And that told the story of this round, a comeback round for Malignaggi. And did he win it? Well, he landed, according to show stats, one more punch and threw 28 more in that round. And landed 13 jabs to 3 by Broner.
Broner has landed 209. of 420 punches. Malignaggi 193 of 731 punches as the championship rounds begin.
And the interesting thing about those show stat numbers is we know that, again, Broner has had more monster rounds in terms of punches landed, but Malignaggi has spread his out. So it speaks to what Bernard was talking about.
No way. Paulie has to find a way to give Broner's respect far as coming in like he's coming in, because it leaves Paulie on the ropes with Paulie wondering, waiting for a shot to come, and he shouldn't wait for Broner to hit him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't know if Malignaggi has the energy to do that, though. That's the question.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of wore out because of the pressure.
Sure.
That got to be
a windmill looking to land a bola.
Look at me. Let's keep it professional, okay? Let's go.
Let's keep it professional, guys. The words from Benji Estevez, the referee. Just past the first minute of the 11th round. Nice jab stuck by Malignaggi. Broner has him hemmed in the corner again. Malignaggi blocked that right hand. Left hook to the body by Broner.
Broner is landing 48% of his punches according to show stats, and that is his hallmark. He's a very accurate puncher.
Don't forget, by following us on Twitter at Show Stats, you can see instantaneous punch statistics and our commentators' unofficial scoring of the fights. It's all at Show Stats right now on Twitter. Malignaggi attacking the body.
Here in an 11th round that Broner has never seen, he is matching punch for punch, though, with Malignaggi. He's thrown exactly the same amount, and there's a big left.
Left hook connects. Malignaggi goes to the body again. Under a minute left in the 11th round. And what a pace, what an effort by both guys, Bernard.
Great effort by both guys. I mean, you got counter punching, you got combination punches from both fighters. No one is giving in. And this fight going to go down to some championship rounds where Paulie's been used to going for years.
Al, Paulie Malignaggi, yes, he's one of our Showtime colleagues, but as the WBA welterweight champion, a prohibitive underdog, has to be pretty pleased thus far with his performance.
He's hanging in there against Adrien Broner. I think Broner's ahead in this fight, and his power is the big issue.
And the left hook, yeah, tasting more of that power, and the right hand connects by Broner. 10 seconds left in the 11th round. Malignaggi again on the ropes. Literally and almost figuratively there as Broner continues to go on the attack. 1 round left.
You got me? Non-stop, non-stop, son. I got you. Non-stop, you hear me? Yeah. Let's go, baby. All you got right now, baby, all right? Yeah. For all the marbles. For all the marbles, son. This is it. All right? Yeah. It hurts. It's your home ring.
How you feel? I feel good. All right, let's go. Keep going, okay? Okay. All right, you gotta go to the body. Keep going to that body. You hear me? All right? Let's go. All right. Spit out, spit out. How you feeling? Good. Let's go, baby. All right. And that hook is right there.
We are set for the 12th and final round. Bernard, interesting body language in the respective corners. Yeah. Malignaggi seems resigned, and I may have misunderstood, but I think he said his hand hurts before we went to Broner's corner, where there seems to be a lot more calm and serenity.
I heard the same thing from Paulie's corner, and let's see now the last round whether he disregard that and just go out and try to win this round.
He has had 4 different hand surgeries on his right hand, Malignaggi has. 12th round that Broner has never seen before.
The crowd looking to rally. Brooklyn's Malignaggi with chance of Paulie. Broner continues to hunt him down.
Work it out, work it out.
Left hook by Broner on the exit. Counter left hook by Malignaggi. Jab by Malignaggi. But finds himself in the corner. Broner lands the right hand. And then the double left. One to the body and one to the face. There's a right cross by the challenger.
They're both giving and taking and doing what they need to do to try to seal this round as their victory.
But Broner is a more effective puncher thus far in the round, Bernard.
Absolutely, and he's more of a stronger puncher, and you see that in his body language and his punching.
Nearing the midway point of the 12th and final round. Paulie Malignaggi's WBA welterweight championship at stake. Adrien Broner, 23 years of age, a junior lightweight champion, a lightweight champion, now jumping up 2 weight classes in attempting to become a 3-division champion.
You know what has happened in this fight? It has become a fight in which Adrien Broner, while he has controlled a number of rounds and landed big power punches, I have Paulie winning 4 rounds in this fight. And what's happened in these last couple rounds, these have been close rounds. I'm not saying that Broner's not winning this fight, but what's happened is because it is a competitive fight.
Under a minute left, the heart of the champion, the power of the challenger, imposing their will and skill on each other in what has been a fantastic fight here in the main event of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Broner, the double left hook to the face. Malignaggi with the jab. Another jab by the champion.
Even this round is close, Al. In the last 12 rounds, so it's been some close rounds, and I agree.
There have been many. I know Broner's landed all the big power punches.
Final 15 seconds will let the crowd here at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn take you to the end of this championship affair. It is over. A tremendous fight between Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner. The fans in Brooklyn on their feet, witnessing a terrific affair, including Floyd Money Mayweather enjoying the action. Malignaggi and Broner, and Malignaggi walking over. Let's listen to this. Wow, a classy gesture by Paulie Malignaggi, walking over to Broner. Nice to see, and as is usually the case. I'm all for trash talking, Al, to build up a fight, but at times it got very personal here, and it's nice to see.
Now, let's look at these numbers, and let's think about this now. So you see, according to show stats, the number overall of punches landed is not monstrously different. Make no mistake. The bigger power punches and more of them were landed by Adrien Broner. How were they grouped in rounds, though?
That's right, Alan. Bernard,
that's the key.
And Bernard, it's true that in many ways both of these fighters did what they wanted to do in this fight, right?
Yes, they did. I mean, listen, this was the fight where both guys had their plan, and they, to me, my opinion, they did their plan, and they fought the fight that they planned to fight. We knew what Paulie had to do, and we knew what Broner had to do.
And you know, the power edge went to Broner in a big way. Malignaggi was more active. And interesting fight.
Let's look at the unofficial scoring from our Showtime team.
Now, both Bernard and I had it closer for Broner winning. Steve Farhood, you had a little bigger edge for Broner. You had it 8-4.
I did, Al. I think the last couple of rounds were really the only rounds that were difficult to score. Paulie clearly did well early with his busy punching. Broner came on with the power shots. If you score the last couple of rounds for Paulie, I think you could have it very close, but I think Broner won this fight clearly.
I agree with you that he won it.
Come on, step out.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
Morrow, as we talked about all night, and as Paulie came out and checked, and Al, you guys all have been speaking about, this ring is in terrible shape. It is like going uphill to a crest and then downhill. There's about a 4-inch drop. Well, the ring just almost caved in, similar to what we had in Puerto Rico with Felix Trinidad many, many years ago on Showtime.
Wow.
This is a dangerous circumstance. So the New York Athletic Commission here has asked everybody who doesn't have to be in here, which they shouldn't be anyway, to please get out of this ring. I'm now standing on the top of this, and literally it is almost like going on the Spanish Peaks or in the Rocky Mountains, and then you climb on down. If you were to throw a punch in the center, you would be throwing it uphill.
Wow.
If you were standing down on the other side, it was downhill. It's a dangerous situation right now, and as you can see, Broner's moved away, and Paulie and those guys have not yet. But it's not a good circumstance.
Thanks a lot, Jim. And yeah, very unsteady, very unsafe working conditions this ring. But thankfully, we were witness to a terrific 12-round championship bout. And now we await the official decision. Will Paulie Malignaggi record a signature win here in front of his hometown crowd, or does the ascension of one of the brightest young stars in boxing continue? Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Glenn Feldman scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Adrien Broner. Judge Tom Miller sees it 115 to 113 in favor of Paulie Malignaggi. And judge at ringside, Tom Schreck sees it 117 to 111 in favor of the winner and the new WBA welterweight champion of the world, Adrien "The Problem" Broner.
At the age of 23, Adrien Broner joins legends Roberto Duran and Roy Jones Jr. as well as Robert Guerrero as the only fighters to win a world title in their first fight after jumping over a weight class, winning via split decision over Paulie Malignaggi. The new WBA welterweight champion is the problem. Let's go to Jim Gray.
Adrien, congratulations. How would you assess this fight? Certainly, this was your toughest competition.